Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good. Getting in position here. As organized as I get, for sure. Sure. Hang on one second. Let me finish getting situated. The earlier start time threw me off a little more than I thought it would, just because the family's kind of used to having me
everybody.
I'm gonna smoke some weed.
And we're just gonna start now.
All right. Well, I rode my bicycle past your window last night. I rolled around until the break of daylight. It almost feels like you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Oh yeah. If you're
Get it.
hearing my voice, you're on LSD. That's right, the Lonely
Wonderful.
Screen Delicatessen.
That's a
With
dope
me
intro,
tonight,
bro.
with me tonight, as always, is the soil to my seed of creativity, Mike Noveloso.
Hello.
Tonight we have my brother from another mother, the handsome Englishman himself, Marlon Foster, and a man who I just feel like I relate to in so many ways, Patrick Price. Guys, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us in the
My
Delicatessen
fucking
tonight.
pleasure.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And he's
So
frozen again.
he's
Am I
frozen.
frozen again?
And now he's good.
I can hear you.
He's good now.
There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Now we can feel you.
I can hear
Yeah.
you. I can hear you. So I think everybody's losing their minds a little bit, spinning in their seats, so to speak. So the first thing I wanted to talk about tonight was I was going to skip over our regular intro topic, which is Tiger King. We'll get to that. But what are you guys doing to break the monotony, to get out of your own head? I've been fucking building so many Legos that I recently pissed off my wife because I bought over $100 worth of Legos on Amazon, and she was like, "Hey, did you drop $100 on Amazon? Did you buy a bunch more toilet paper or something, or food?" I'm like, "Oh no, Star Wars Legos." Yeah, we got all the Disney princesses. We need Yoda. What are you gonna do?
Damn right. There you go.
You know, you can only do so much.
Right. I'll let Patrick answer first.
Oh, what a wow! What a cheap move. Pimp me out like that. What a shock. The Englishman pimps out one of the colonials. I'm actually trying to make a post right now about this thing so people will watch it on me because I have a desperate need for attention.
Oh,
I'm gonna put a star screen on the back of that bad boy so it stands out, and we hit post and kablam.
Yeah.
What have I been doing? Well, luckily, blessings be to all the powers in the universe, big man upstairs, or one, I don't know yet. I am an essential worker because I do IT support, managed IT support for a bunch of towns and municipalities throughout South Florida. So like Juno Beach, Highland Beach, Hillsborough. I know, right? I have government clearance, guys. You're talking to someone who has more federal government clearance than police officers.
That's sick. Wow.
Which doesn't make sense if you've known me for, I don't know, a year. But it's really great. It's a good job. My friend got me the gig. He owns the company, and I'm just trying to do right by him. He's an outstanding boss, really nice guy. Mark, if you watch this, love you. So that's been keeping me busy Monday through Friday, typically 8 to 5, 8 to 5:30 sometimes. And then I go home and I do my fat boy walks. I started getting into exercise again and trying to like drop some of the lbs. I know you can't tell because I look really slim, but yeah, I know I'm gigantic. So I'm trying to drop some of that. I've been doing a walk of at least right now about averaging about 3 miles, 3.5 miles a day. Today was almost 5, which is why I'm extra sweaty and I'll probably black out while we're talking.
That's what the liquor's for.
So that, yeah, right.
Right, yeah,
That's a really good call, guys.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
I'm lame with water.
Um,
Sorry.
You know, water's cool, man. Water's life-giving. And fish fucking it, so that's cool too. So I have been doing that. I've been playing my video games. Borderlands 3 is a big thing. I have a Nintendo Switch. I do not play Animal Crossing. Not mine.
Good. Good.
Much love to the people that do. Whatever brings you joy brings you joy. That's my belief.
I don't mind that. The people that annoyingly post about it, I'm like, I get it. I've seen your house 300 times today.
Their island.
Yeah,
their
yeah.
island. Now some of them really go out of their way. Like I have
some of
a
them
friend
look
who's
cool.
decorated their island to look like a tiny version of Japan, and it has a bunch of Godzillas all over it now.
That's dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was like, I might get it just to hang out on your island. But no, on there I mostly play RPGs that are like new, but they're styled after old school RPGs. So like turn-based, JRPG, which in case you're not a dork, stands for Japanese role-playing game. And if you've ever heard the term Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, etc., that's what I like to while away my hours on.
Fallout, baby. I'm on that video game Fallout. I'm using Fallout to get ready for what's inevitably to come.
Oh, Jesus
Patrick,
God.
are you gonna? Did you already? Is 7 already out, the remake, or is it?
7 came out today.
Oh, yeah,
I will
right.
be getting it down the road. I'm not a. It's rare for me to get a game in the first go anymore. Like Borderlands 3 was an exception. I was there at midnight, knocking people out the way. I'm like, I got it pre-ordered. Now, weigh you by 100 pounds. So what do you want to do?
Shit. Yeah.
So I been playing the games. I've been reading a lot. I'm an avid reader, and I've been, seeing as how we're all friends, and also everyone watching this is friends. I've been really succeeding in the digital romance world because I'm really good at writing. And for those who are wondering, is he implying? Yeah, I'm good at writing filth and smut. I'm real good at it, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're bad at sexting your girlfriend, for a fee, I will sext her for you.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Just
Drop a link in the description.
Yo, this is Cyrano de Bergerac shit. He's
Exactly. I mean, I've got
Venmo,
somewhat of a nose.
Cash App.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. I do it all. Take Bitcoin if we got a nice transfer.
There you go.
It's not even the thing that I've like studied at, or I've knack for writing some decent words here and there, and I am shameless and have no filter when it comes to like, because a lot of times what happens with guys is guys are afraid, especially straight dudes. Straight dudes are afraid to like get sexual and get weird with your writing because we've got this ingrained thing in our culture where we have to be doing it or we have to be like in person living it, when sometimes that's not what you need, man. Sometimes you just gotta give the lady a little fun something to read, because women are a lot more mental than fellas.
Right.
They get a lot more stimulus just from imagining it. Like, we're like, oh, I need fucking porno. So
not lying.
Video game, books, work, and entertaining ladyfolk.
Nice.
Solid set of activities.
Yeah.
That's how you stem off madness, brother.
Dude. Well, and you got the verbal entertaining ladies along with the renewed interest in fitness. You're developing something there. You're going to be a dick-slinging ninja by the end of quarantine.
There you go. Yeah, that's true as well.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. The weight loss thing is not, just because I want to like look better. It's I had like a health scare earlier this year, so I'm genuinely trying to like turn some stuff around.
Is it making you feel good physically?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I seem to be in a better mood generally. I want to do it. Like, I'll sit there. Like today, I came home from work and I was tired. I was like, you know what I did the last 4 days? I went hard as hell yesterday in the sun. Like, I know but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And tonight was the longest I've walked all week. So
that's outstanding.
And I do the old lady power walk, pumping my arms and like keeping one foot on the ground at all times and grinding by. I'm like, people in Wellington checking me out. I'm like, that's right. I don't run. I don't need to. I'll break a knee if I run. I just pump my little cavies and move my little hamos,
Right on.
That's all right, fantastic. Now I've talked for long enough. Marlon, I've given you more than enough time.
Yeah.
Nothing as interesting as what you've been up to, my friend. I have been working on music. I'm trying to put together a little beat tape, and then I've also been writing some songs. I'm trying to work on a little EP for myself. Working out as well. I dusted off the Total Gym. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Come on, you're acting like you're not talking to dudes who stayed up late drinking, watching TV at night.
There you go.
We didn't see. Yeah. We can wake up from a stupor like, is that Chuck Norris? I'll watch the rest of it.
Yeah, no, that's how you know the Girls Gone Wild commercial is over. You're like, all right,
right?
Yeah.
Once you wanked
Chuck
off
Norris,
in the first 2 minutes of the long. Dude, first off, if you were born between 85 to 92, and you tell me that you never jerked off the Girls Gone Wild commercial, you are a liar.
Listen, I'm born in 83, and if I hear those oil drums going off, my dick will get hard right away.
Good.
That same girl,
and that's it. Boom.
And they loop that same girl in the tank top bouncing around.
Yep.
Like 3 or 4 times in the same ad. I know that exactly.
Mortality,
Let me ask you guys. So with the Girls Gone Wild or whatever, a little preview advert or whatever, you get to see boobs in it.
No.
You can imagine them.
Like
everything but
exactly.
nipple.
See,
Like, everything but
literally
nipple.
like
You see under boob, you see side boob.
Right.
They do the boob
So-
drop, and then
Almost,
like you see,
and it'll be like,
and then it's
girls
blurred,
go
and it's
wild,
blurred.
come down under the
It's just
shirt,
blurred, like the nipple.
And the
blurred
word
out.
bounces up and down,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild.
It was enough. It was
So-
enough in a pre-internet era, a pre
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
high-speed
for
era.
sure.
When the
It was
one
plenty.
computer in the house was in the living room and
Yep.
everyone would have heard you go into a nasty site,
Yep.
you're like, you know what? I got a TV in my room. That door locks. I can
Comedy
take care of
Central.
business.
So I'll
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you guys,
It's
Comedy
comedy.
I'll
Central.
I'll
Yep.
tell you guys the England equivalent. We had.
You got naked people in your newspapers. What are you talking about?
Well, we do. We have it in the Sun, but you would get. There was a TV channel called. I think it was Babe Station or some shit like that, and you get
Nice.
10 minutes free, like the softcore pause. That was the time you
But you get to see
downstairs
boobs.
in the living room, knock one out real quick.
Yeah.
Go back upstairs.
I
I
remember.
remember those days.
That's the free weekend. That's the
Yeah.
free weekend.
Dude, that's what I was just talking. At
Yeah,
least,
like 10 minutes.
at least 3 or 4 times a year, if your family had basic cable, you would
Yeah.
get Cinemax or Showtime
For free.
from
Weekend.
like Friday to Sunday.
And all of a sudden,
you
your
just had-
parents are like, "Why are you staying up so late?" You're like,
I'm
"Oh,
watching
no
a movie,
reason."
Mom. I'm watching it. I'm trying to watch it.
Same time every
It's
year.
Cinemax, all right? They're
Now-
playing A Few Good Men, and I've never seen it before. So,
On a rare occasion, you'd be watching one of those movies, and it would be total spank material, but you'd be like, this is a good fucking movie. Like, U-Turn with Sean Penn and a young fucking J-Lo.
Oh, yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Oh,
She's
shit.
knocking out everybody in the movie. John Voight.
he's
That's
gone
fine.
again.
It's
Look at that face. Look
I
at
know
that
that-
face.
Clip the face.
Just mean mucking.
Clip the frozen face. Clip the frozen
Life-changing.
face.
You're very passionate about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, he just got lost in the sauce of
Yeah.
perversion. Now, you're talking about genuine movies that have hot scenes. I'm talking about,
Straight up.
like,
Softcore.
the Blair bitch encounter.
Yeah.
I believe was one, which was about 4 large-breasted women getting in
Yes.
naked arguments and then having
Yeah.
sex with strangers in the woods,
Yeah.
and occasionally a shaky cam would show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a good one, that one.
Oh, that was a great one. You
But
kidding?
when-
That was one of my favorites.
But when it wasn't the free weekend, there would be, the channel would just slightly come in fuzzy enough, and you're like, "Oh, there's a tit, there's a tit," and then it shakes
You know,
away.
I remember
Oh.
one time when I was a kid. I don't know if you guys had it out here, but in England you'd have this thing called like a magic eye, and it would fit to your cable box, and it meant that all the other TVs in the house could watch whatever's on the main cable box.
No.
What was this
Yeah, no.
special England only technology? What was
No.
this?
That's like
Well, we-
early
we-
V chip stuff.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
Buck
well,
Rogers
we had
future
that,
stuff.
And I remember one time I was trying to watch that Babe Station because I thought my mum was asleep. She's seen it up at her TV, and she's like, "Turn it off, you dirty little bastard!" I learned a valuable lesson that night. I learned a valuable lesson.
See, I was safe with the fact that my dad, you know, was up with it. He was not a father who was like, "Oh, you can't masturbate." Like, he knew that if my door was closed post 11 o'clock, knock first.
You would not.
And you know, my mom would normally be asleep, so I didn't really have a lot of worry of people busting into their room, which was a blessing. I will say that the only time it became a problem is when I would try and continue this behavior when my grandmother was staying at our house, because she would conk out at like 9 o'clock. You're like, all right, perfect, she's asleep, but she's an old Southern woman. They sleep in like 2-hour spurts, and
They
they
get
get
up
up.
to 10 livestock.
Yeah, they're like they get up and like, I better go do dishes. I'm like, it's 3:30 in the fucking morning. Why are you doing dishes?
And she's like, "Why are you watching
Watching
TV?"
A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch
watching
All
TV.
right? It's a solid film. We don't own it on VHS, and it's only on the Cinemax channel for the weekends. Let me just finish watching A Few Good Men.
Are you guys old enough to remember when VHS was like when the new releases were like $100?
Oh, yeah. And they came in
Yeah.
the big puffy
Dude, yeah.
case They
I had
these
puffy
fat-
cases. I had puffy cases.
Those puffy cases
Dude,
were the
like-
original ones that would be like the first wave of the DVD coming out,
Yeah.
or the CD or the VHS coming out rather.
Yeah.
And they would be pricey as shit. Like if you lost one from a video store, they would
Ooh.
charge like $150.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
No way.
Like,
Oh,
I'm not talking like Blockbuster. I'm like a video, like a store where you go and
Like a mom and pop.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
dude.
was like
there was one.
$100 for like
16,000
for like the
videos
Water
was the
Boy
one
or
around me.
whatever.
My
It was
last
dumb.
name, my last name's Price, and growing up in Royal Palm Beach, Florida, in the mid '90s, there was a place called Price Video, and I loved it because I'm like, that's my last name, so I always felt special, and I would tell the people when I came in, I'm like, my last name's Price. I'd walk in, strut around, and I'd be like, I'm gonna look at this stuff because my last name's on the building. I'm 9 years old. How are you? But I remember my first video store like love. The first thing that I was like, oh my god, things like this exist was Godzilla.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Godzilla was I saw the box. I was like 8 or 9. I saw the box for Godzilla versus there was the first King Ghidorah one, which I think was like the 4th or 5th Godzilla movie. And I was like, oh my god, it looks like a dinosaur fighting a 3-headed dragon. What?
Yeah.
And my dad was like, you want to rent this? It's subtitled. It's like, it's weird because it was dubs. It was all dubs, it wasn't subs. He's like, it might sound weird. And I was like, no, I want to watch it. And I became a lifelong Godzilla fan after my first viewing of that. Anytime we went to a video store, I would be like, can I have a Godzilla movie? Can I have a Godzilla movie? Can I have a Godzilla movie?
That's dope.
Those kind of memories are so awesome because you can almost like close your eyes and smell the room.
Honestly, I was just about to say that. We used to do that. Me and my brother would stay at my grandma's at the weekend, and like it was our treat to like order a video from the video shop and that, and like Godzilla or Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, whatever. When that first came out on VHS, and we went and got that, we were so happy. That was like the best time, man.
Pause, because I know these two heard it.
No, I heard
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Turtles. We're clipping
Your
that.
country is ridiculous.
We're clipping
They
that.
are ninjas. They have ninja
Clipping it.
masks and ninja weapons.
They're not real. They're not real. All right.
Oh, okay.
The
I'm
title,
sorry.
the title of this clip is Marlon doesn't know the name Teenage
Oh,
Mutant
Ninja
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I know. I've had a
Saying
couple wines.
TMNT sounds great. It
Yeah.
brings a person joy. Saying TMHT sounds like a disease.
It does.
You guys
Sounds like
turned a
it's
beloved
right.
cartoon into an infection.
It's got TMHT. How
Got
long
TMNT.
does he have?
Oh my god,
Those
it's got
kind
6
of-
months to live.
Those kind of memories, man, they really like they really paint the picture of what it was like growing up in the era that we got to grow up in. I
Absolutely.
remember when my brother and I realized if you peel off the video game sticker, it's just a blank cartridge. And we had a crime ring fucking going.
Oh,
on.
yeah. Come on.
Holy shit. And my mom would be like, what do you do with that video game? Because you'd be like slowly peeling it all fucking day long, trying to get a perfect peel. Because you didn't need the one on your game to be in good shape. You just needed to get the good one off.
Right,
the fucking,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Now
We
that
were
would
like
only
diamond merchants, like with the fucking monocle in, trying to...
that would only work if you were at a video like either a Blockbuster franchise or a video store that did not have any teenagers working at it. Because teenagers
Blockbuster
have
was
played.
the spot we did that shit.
Yeah, Blockbuster, where it was all middle-aged people or older folks, because back then it was a real business
Real
before
job,
it started
yeah.
failing. That you could pull that scam off because they would just be like, "Oh, it's in the box, scan it, put it back on the shelf."
Right.
whatever.
But if you had teenagers working there, they would play those games. Like they had all the systems
Yeah.
plugged in behind the counters.
They open it up
'Cause,
and they're
yeah.
like, "What is this?"
You're like, "This is not WWE Raw," which by the way, WWF.
Do you guys
WWF
remember-
Raw, come on.
Do you remember the beaded room in those old
Yes.
spots?
The porno room?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the porno
Adults
room.
only.
The
Yeah.
one at my
We
house
didn't
had
have that
saloon
either.
doors. It was fucking like every time it would flap open, you'd be like, huh, huh, trying to get it.
Dude, they still had those like when I moved down here, like in 2005.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah.
Couple of them still
On
exist.
On
I'm
military, the music and video stores that are all now closed. I
Well,
remember
South
walking
Florida
to-
still has like the most like fucking Yank theaters that I have
Yeah.
seen in our state.
right?
The,
Yeah.
with the parking lot with one,
Dude.
2 cars in the front and 9 cars in the back. I'm like, who are you people?
You know
It
the
is 2020. Why
know-
are there 9 cars behind this place?
you know the
And then I
small-
remember illegal porn.
Yeah, you know the small porno shop on military that's by by like sugar daddies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I probably
like,
answered that way too fast.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like everybody knows that one because that one's like I feel like that one's been there forever, but it's real small. You go in like I was going in there when I first moved down here because I was like, don't have internet, don't know anybody, and then like just buying porno DVDs. But there was always this one really creepy guy that was there every once in a while, and like you'd hold your hand out for the change, and he'd be like, here you go, and like try to like backwards hold your hand. I'm like,
No.
oh,
No, thank you. That's a negative.
See, we
And then
did
like
have that,
honestly, he like if after like that happened like twice, I was like, go in there. Oh, he's working. Just look around. Oh, nothing I want here. Bye. And then I kept going there, and he kept being the only person that was working there. I'm like, I guess I'm never coming here ever again.
When I was like in my late teens, early 20s, first living on my own, those little sex shops were great because they'd have that little rack in the front with the book full of all the hookers and strip clubs and massage parlors in the area.
They are called escorts.
Yeah.
Sir.
That was
free back
sex
page.
workers.
that was enough.
Paper back page, yes.
Well,
Yep.
escorts or sex workers is the proper term for sure. But
Yeah.
back then, they called those books hooker bookers.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
That's fucking. And I remember you just go in and grab like there'd be 3 or 4 different ones, grab one of each, and be like, "I'm the fuck out of here.
This is all I need.
This is great and free." Oh man.
So I have a fun sex store story. That was hard to say. Sex store story.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I went up to visit a friend who lives in D.C. and it's like a friend and also other stuff. So we were hanging out one day, and we were downtown, and we were drinking wine, and this is actually in Richmond, outside of D.C. We're drinking wine, we're eating food, and she wants to go into a sex store to look for clothing, lingerie, toys, whatever, and I'm gonna go because what the fuck else am I gonna do? So I go in there. We're walking around, and the front of the store is so nice. It just looks like a high-end lingerie store, like all these nice racks of little skimpy teddies and bras. There's like elegantly designed sex toys in the wall where you're like, okay, is that a cell phone? Is that like a case? What is that? And then around the corner, in the blacked out window side, is all the like Bluetooth controlled asses and like a doll that feels like. Oh, you haven't heard of this? So
Whoa,
what it is?
Yeah, whoa, please,
What it
go
is.
into it. Yeah.
Allow me to elaborate.
You're the storyteller. I want you to sex this up. Like,
Oh, okay.
talk about this
So,
like you're putting in a text message to a hot chick.
well, I can't do that because I can't handle three. I can't handle 3 of you yet. But so what it is, what a Bluetooth ass is, what I mean is, it's a device in which it looks like the top part of a woman or man's butt, and it's got a little insertion port for your dick or cock, depending on what term you prefer. And you have an app you can download which will control the vibrational intensity of it.
Not
so
to
that
cut you
way,
off, but I think dick or cock, and this is just
regional.
something of my own. I think it depends on what it looks like. You got to look at it and go,
oh no,
that's
it's
a dick, or
regional.
that's a cock,
Regional.
or that's a penis. Some of them look like penises. You know
If
what I mean?
if you're in a sexual situation and someone tells you, "Oh, I want to touch your penis," she's a cop. So
That's not true.
back out of that
Anyway,
situation.
Or she's
No,
trying to
no,
insult you.
or
she's
she's
trying to insult you.
or she's like brand new to that stuff.
Why'd you have to make it gross?
Yeah, I'm too old for brand new, buddy.
Yeah.
I know.
If I'm fucking with brand new, it's the law.
Dude, I went to Catholic school, and like
I don't wanna
when
be
I
in
was
these
young,
conversations.
so like before the Catholic school girls are like experienced and super dirty, they got to run through the Catholic school boys, and they're just like, and they're like, let me see your penis, and I'm like, okay, this is weird. Now it's
So I grew
now
up in
it's
South
real
Florida.
weird.
Like the girl said dick and cock right away.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And we
Or
said
being
pussy.
out.
To be honest, I feel like, to be totally straight up with you, yeah, I feel like the first time I got with like an American chick, yeah, is cock straight away.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
dick. Like,
Yeah.
It's a
you know,
better.
like,
Also,
it's-
I would never say vagina because I don't want to sound like I'm gonna dismember her. Like I'm not gonna be like I want to
Like
get
you're gonna
inside
take
your
it with you.
vagina.
Let me
Yeah.
touch your vagina. Oh yeah.
I would.
Well, of course, you're English. They're gonna be like it's a prince. So
It sounds different coming from
I'm
you
in-
than
I'm in
coming
the
from
back of-
us.
It's so true.
Yeah, it sounds like
That's
you're
why they can say
reciting them
cunt so
poetry
we're in the back of the sex shop, and she's looking around, and I'm like, oh look, cock rings and all, look at all this fun stuff, and I see the pocket pussy and fleshlight section, which is, a handheld thing that you stick your dick into, like this here, and you rock it back and forth on yourself, and there are a lot of them stylized after specific porn stars.
Yeah.
There's like a Riley Reid one. There's a
Lisa Ann.
Lisa Ann, Sasha Grey, I think. And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. I never used it.
Wait, not to cut you off, but did they have like reviews on them?
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
they do.
Stars on,
if you look them up online, absolutely.
No, yeah. You can go to the
100%.
Fleshlight website, look up your favorite porn star, and see the reviews on them.
So I comment to her. I'm like, it's interesting. I've always been curious about this. I've never bought one. I just jerk off old fashioned. And I was never a sock guy. I was never like, I'm gonna put it in the heated up watermelon or whatever weird thing people have done.
Yeah.
But so we have a nice trip. I come back home. About 2 weeks later, I get a box, and I was like, that's weird. It's just a box sent to me with a nice shipping label and nowhere where it's from. I open it up, and it's got a big Adam and Eve thing right on the top. And Adam and Eve, for those of you who don't know, is an adult superstore website. It's like the Walmart of sex toys, only online. She had sent me a pocket pussy.
Whose was it?
The Sasha Grey one, I think. The Sasha Grey one. So she
So you
sent
could fit a bat in that one.
So it was worn out.
You put a bat.
It's an old tube sock. It was an old tube sock with a handle on it.
this thing was this was uncomfortable. So I look at this thing, and it looks like if you took just because it's made out of that like ballistic material that they make flesh models out of, and it looks like a sweet roll. It just looks like a tube of meat. And I was like, this is very disquieting. And it came with, I wish I could remember the exact name, but I'm just gonna give my best destination. It was a packet of lube, and it was called like Dr. Rockhard's lubrication. It was. I was like, I doubt his medical license. I have a real problem believing this is a real physician. But and it came with a little sheet instructing you how to apply the lube to the thing, how to enjoy yourself. I was like, oh, this is how I fuck this toy. Cool. So I was like, and she texted me. She's like, did you get the package? You said it was delivered. I'm like, yeah, I got it. She's like, let me know when you use it. I was like, all right, I'm game. So I take the thing. I wash myself up first because I don't know. I just feel like that's
Did you like some? Wait. Did you like some candles and like?
I put on some seal, silk skirt. If I don't have Kiss from a Rose, I can't finish. I get the thing. I get the toy. I get the thing lubed up. Make sure the door is locked. And
what are you doing, buddy?
I take the thing, and I just I start off. I've got some porno playing on my iPad because I'm a modern man. I start to try and. So first off, it's real uncomfortable because you got to get it hard first, and then you got to put it in this thing. So it's just this real, almost clinical process of like, all right, well now this is erect, so now I can put it in here. It's like building furniture by pieces.
So the process is uncomfortable, but it didn't feel uncomfortable.
No, but the problem was.
Wait. Did it feel like Sasha Grey's pussy?
I don't know yet. I don't know what life holds for me, but if I ever get to find out, I can compare. So
listen, let's get her on here. You could read her some Tolstoy, and she would be in your bed tonight. She's
do a little,
that kind of slut.
Do a little, just some classic reading, some classic material. So I had misread, I guess, the sign on the product, the lube product, and I had applied, I guess, what was probably way the fuck too much. Because once I get myself fully ready, you know what I mean? Just real shabon, real al dente. Yeah. I put the thing on, I slide it on, and I go for just a classic stroke. That thing fucking flew off because I had put on so much of this lube, and the inside of it is so conducive to movement that I just kind of rocked like I was like cocking a shotgun. I just musket blasted this pocketbook against the door, and it slams against the door. And I hear someone in the living room go, "You okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. Don't come check. I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
They
Not
should
worth
know.
checking.
They should know
I'm
Seal's
okay.
playing. Leave them alone.
I am okay. Don't come check." And so then I didn't even want to finish the thing, but because she bought it for me and I felt inclined, I went to the bathroom and I cleaned it out with a paper towel to get out some of the excess. Went back, finished it, and then I remember from the instructions, it gives very specific cleaning instructions of standing in the shower with it so you can clean it out. That is the most serial killer-like I've ever felt in my whole life. Standing in a shower, just post self-coital, being like, all right, I got the soap, and now I just turn this inside out and clean it. Got to make sure I get down to the base, because otherwise it'll form kind of a colony, and that's how you get bugs.
You don't want to be a Simpsons episode, you know?
And I'm like, that'd be the worst thing to get bugs. Someone's like, what are these bugs going to? I'm like, don't look, don't get it, I'll clean it up. I'll burn down that side of the house. No one go in there.
Oh, shit, that's good.
So she asked me, like, the next day, how was it? And because I care about her feelings, I was like, it was great. No, I loved it. Thank you so much. And then I think I stored it away in, like, under a drawer. And when I was giving some clothes away to Goodwill, I'd forgotten I had rolled it up in, like, a sweatshirt. So when I pulled the sweatshirt out, this thing flopped out in the ground. And I was like, hop! Grabbed it before the could see, because I was having a friend out, but I was like, don't worry, nope, that's garbage. I'll go throw that in the trash, under some other trash. Throw some old chicken bones on top of this so no one wants to dig in there.
So you did throw it away?
I did indeed throw it away. I couldn't bear myself to shoot it across the room again.
Oh, that's great.
I'm old-fashioned, you know. That's how I like my bourbon, and that's how I like to pleasure myself.
I was gonna say, like, if it felt physically uncomfortable, I feel real bad for, like, those 16 to 20 guys that fuck her on, like, every video.
You know, I think that it's just the fact that I used way too much lube, and I didn't have the proper. I'm not good at toy usage. I don't know. My hands are so big and dumb that I'm afraid.
You know what it was? You overcompensated. You thought to yourself, you know what? If this was actually Sasha Grey, she would be wet as an otter's pocket. So I'm just gonna fucking squeeze it like
squeeze this whole.
Fucking...
It's like I'm trying to dress, like, you know, like some taco meat. I'm just spraying it in there, and then you mix it up.
Sasha Grey would be like this.
That's how, this is how I imagine it in my head. I cannot really recommend it for my own self, but I also don't want to tell people to not try it out, because sex is a journey, it's a constant exploration. Yeah. So, you know, try out everything.
Fleshlight.
You don't know you don't like it until you've done it twice.
Fleshlight people, we're looking for sponsors.
Yeah. If Adam and Eve will sponsor your show, I will do personalized reviews for the Lonely Screen Delicatessen.
Let's do it.
Of whatever shit they send me. If they want to send me a Bluetooth ass, now, I don't know if I have to send it back.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep washing stuff in the shower.
I literally put Bluetooth ass in my notes. That's something I'm going to have to investigate.
Dude, so no, like, it gets even better, like, than Bluetooth ass. You can do, like, I don't know if you guys watch 2 Chainz show, Most Expensivest.
Yeah,
like, did you see the episode where they've got, like, the fleshlight, like, mounted to, like, a robot, and it's paired?
Not possible.